Star Wars Jedi Survivor has brought us perhaps one of the most awesome characters we've seen in quite a long time. The imposing and ancient Rayvis is part of the Jedi species, and this group of aliens actually made their first appearance back in the original Clone Wars show around 20 years ago. But what exactly is it that makes these towering brutes such a unique and terrifying addition to the Star Wars universe? Stay tuned to find out. Many years ago, the Jedi were a relatively peaceful species, living in isolation. That was until many centuries before the events of Jedi Survivor. Their homeworld was attacked and left as a barren, desolate rock, devoid of any life as its population was massacred. Those few who did survive this genocide took to the stars, becoming galactic nomads and making a living as bounty hunters, mercenaries, and other professions that made use of their towering size and fearsome appearance. The very fact that the purge of the Jedi was successful is itself terrifying and speaks to the power of those who perpetrated this act, because as any Jedi will tell you, they are incredibly tough to kill.
Say it again and I'll cut out your tongue. It'll grow back.
This is because the Jedi are actually a seething mass of tendrils and nerve clusters, not too dissimilar to the Hunters of the Halo franchise. The regenerative power of the Jedi is so powerful that entire limbs can be cut off, and either reattached or regrown within minutes. And given the strength of these abilities, you might be wondering why the Jedi are often seen housed in such impressive suits of armor. Well, the armor actually offers little protection. The primary purpose of it is to act as a cage, containing the being's massive tendrils, and giving the Jedi a form that would allow it to blend in with the other species of the galaxy. Now, if you were to go up against a Jedi in a fight, you could hack away at it all day long, and all you'd achieve is sending the being into hibernation to regenerate its body mass. The only known ways to take out a Jedi for good are either disintegrating it entirely or destroying its head, one of the few parts of this species that didn't appear to be a mass of seething tentacles. And while parts of the head could regenerate if damaged, the being's brain could not. So destroying the brain is the only other known way of killing a Jedi. If for whatever reason you had one of these big guys or gals hunting you down, good luck outrunning them, as they have time on their side, with the Jedi living for an average of between 4,000 and 7,000 years, as evidenced by Rayvis, who existed during the time of the High Republic and remained in prison for centuries until he was freed during the fall of the Jedi at the end of the Clone Wars. The rather long lives of the Jedi and the destruction of their homeworld have helped to influence the culture of these people, feeding into their strict code of honor and reverence for their history. This honor code sees the Jedi seek out just and honorable wars to fight in, and they also honor their oaths, even those to enemies who have bested them in combat. And they honor these oaths to a staggering degree, as seen with how Rayvis, even after centuries of imprisonment, never gave up on one of his oaths. The long lives of these species also gives them a unique perspective on galactic matters. Having experienced millennia of governments, war, and disasters, many Jedi react differently, or not at all, to matters that the average galactic citizen would see as something of utmost importance. This is also not the first time we've met a member of the Jedi species, as in the original Clone Wars TV show, we met the fearsome character Durge, a vicious bounty hunter serving the Confederacy of Independent Systems. And while some of the information about the Jedi from old Star Wars Legends media may not be confirmed accurate in current Star Wars canon, it is still worth a look at to help us expand our knowledge of this fascinating species. For starters, in Legends, we hear that the Jedi homeworld was actually destroyed by the powerful Sith Empire over 3,000 years before the events of Jedi Survivor. The culture of the Jedi is also expanded, with them being referred to as philosophers who believe that change was an illusion, as throughout their many long years, they discovered that no matter a person's actions, the galaxy is never truly changed for long, and as such the species kept out of galactic politics and wars. And finally, we also get a bit more information about the species' regenerative abilities, learning that as their mind does not regenerate, it can't heal neurological damage caused by age. So the older a Jedi gets, the more their mind degenerates, until eventually they become a vicious psychopathic killer, as seen with Durge and his various war crimes and bloodlusted killing sprees. Do you think we'll see any more of the Jedi in Star Wars media? Durge has recently began appearing in Star Wars comics, so maybe this intriguing species are making a comeback. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and make sure to subscribe for more lore. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.